Hi, guys. In today's episode, we're going to talk about something that sounds simple, but can create some pretty interesting changes in your body in a very short amount of time. If you're new, this is a perfect place to start because what we're going to cover applies to just about everyone, whether you're trying to lose weight, improve your energy, reduce cravings, or simply understand your body better. And if you've ever wondered, what would actually happen if I cut out sugar for 2 weeks? You're about to get a very clear answer. My goal is to walk you through the entire journey, the changes, the science, and the step-by-step approach so you know exactly what to expect. No fear, no hype, just clear, usable information. So let's get started. Reducing sugar for even a short period can shift a lot of things in your body. But most people never actually give themselves 2 full weeks. They might cut back for a day or two, or swap a regular soda for a diet one. They might skip dessert, but still eat high-carb snacks. When we talk about reducing sugar, we're talking about lowering the total sugar load. That's not just table sugar, but also the refined carbohydrates in bread and pasta, the sugars in juice and sweetened drinks, and the hidden sugars in sauces and packaged foods. Here's the thing to understand. Sugar isn't just a taste. It's a biochemical event. When you consume sugar, it raises a hormone called insulin. Insulin's job is to take sugar, or glucose, from your blood and deliver it to your cells for energy. Think of insulin like a fleet of delivery drivers. But when you have too much sugar, too often, your cells start to ignore the deliveries. It's like they're overwhelmed. So your body sends out more drivers, more insulin, to try and get the message through. Over time, this leads to a state many people call insulin resistance, and that's where problems begin. The big idea is this: reducing your sugar load for 2 weeks gives insulin a break. And when insulin levels come down, your body can start to wake up metabolically. So what does that actually look like? The very first thing that happens when you lower your sugar intake is that your blood sugar starts to stabilize. No more dramatic spikes, and more importantly, no more dramatic crashes. Here's what most people don't realize. It's the crashes that make you crave sugar even more. When blood sugar drops quickly, your body sends out an urgent signal to eat something sweet to bring it back up. It's a vicious cycle. The moment you stop feeding that cycle, you get off the roller coaster. That's why many people notice their cravings start to disappear within just 3 to 5 days. As your blood sugar stabilizes, your insulin levels begin to gradually come down. Now, this doesn't happen instantly, but over several days, this change unlocks something crucial. Think of high insulin as a gatekeeper standing in front of your stored body fat. When insulin is high, the gate to fat burning is locked shut. But as insulin comes down, that gate starts to open. This doesn't mean you'll lose a dramatic amount of weight in 2 weeks, but it means your body is finally in a state that allows for fat burning instead of blocking it. At the same time, your liver gets a much-needed break. The liver has to process a lot of sugar, especially fructose, which is common in sweetened drinks and processed foods. When it's overwhelmed, it converts that fructose into stored energy, which can make the liver overworked. A 2-week break allows it to reset, and many people notice less bloating and better digestion from this change alone. And this goes even deeper, right down to your gut. The trillions of microbes in your digestive system respond to what you eat. Certain microbes thrive on sugar and simple carbs. When you cut back, these microbes start to decrease, while the ones that prefer fiber-rich foods begin to flourish. This shift in your gut microbiome is powerful. Because your gut and brain are in constant communication, changing your gut bacteria can change your cravings, your digestion, your mood, and even your energy levels. Finally, your brain chemistry itself begins to adjust. Sugar triggers dopamine, the brain's reward signal. It makes you feel good, which is why you keep coming back for more. When you first stop eating sugar, your brain needs a few days to recalibrate. This is why the first couple of days can feel a little challenging. But once your brain becomes less dependent on those quick dopamine hits, things start to feel much smoother. Your stress response even begins to calm down. That sugar high is always followed by a crash, and that crash can trigger the stress hormone, cortisol, leaving you irritable and tired. Stable blood sugar means a calmer system overall. So, what does this journey actually feel like? Let's break down the 14 days. The first 4 days are the adaptation phase. This is when your body is shifting from being a primary sugar burner to a more stable fuel system. You might experience some cravings, tiredness, mild irritability, or a headache. This is normal. It's simply the feeling of your body recalibrating. Then from around day 5 to day 10, you hit the turning point. This is where most people really start to feel better. Energy becomes more stable, those intense cravings fade into the background. You might notice your digestion feels better with less bloating. Your mood starts to even out. The final phase, from day 10 to 14, is where the real clarity sets in. People often report higher mental focus, improved sleep quality, and a more balanced appetite. You're no longer having those mid-afternoon energy crashes. You can go longer between meals without feeling desperate for a snack. Your body is no longer on a constant mission to manage sugar spikes. Second, reduce the refined carbohydrates that break down into sugar quickly. This means things like white bread, pasta, crackers, and chips. Now here's the most important part. You have to replace those things with nutrient-dense foods. If you just remove sugar without adding anything back, you'll feel hungry and tired. A simple way to build your plate is to fill half of it with vegetables, a quarter with high-quality protein, and a quarter with healthy fats like avocado, olive oil, nuts, and seeds. Fat and protein are key to keeping you full and stabilizing your blood sugar. And be careful of the common pitfalls. Swapping a soda for a granola bar isn't a solution. It's just sugar in a different form. Watch out for hidden sugars in drinks, like sweetened almond milk, flavored coffees, and energy drinks. And get into the habit of reading labels. Sugar hides under many names, like maltodextrin, dextrose, cane syrup, and rice syrup. Also, try to avoid constant snacking. You don't have to fast, just try to create a little space between your meals, maybe 4 hours to start. This gives your insulin levels a chance to come down. And remember to stay hydrated. Sometimes what feels like a sugar craving is actually just your body asking for water. At the end of 2 weeks, just check in with yourself. Are your cravings lower? Is your energy more stable? Is your sleep better? Most people notice multiple significant improvements. You'll have more stable energy throughout the day without the afternoon crash. Better mood regulation, fewer cravings, better digestion, improved mental clarity. Your body literally becomes better at switching between fuel sources. This isn't a crash diet, it's a metabolic reset that makes healthy choices easier in the long run. Listen, if you've struggled with sugar, you are not alone. It works on the brain in a way that feels incredibly rewarding. But you don't have to be perfect. Consistency is what matters. When you reduce sugar, you're not depriving yourself, you're giving your system a chance to rebalance. Your body is incredibly adaptable. It's just learning to use a more stable, more efficient fuel source. If you stay with it for 2 weeks, you'll understand your body in a whole new way. And once you feel the difference, that steady energy, that clear mind, making it a lasting change becomes so much easier. That feeling is a powerful starting point for whatever comes next.